The Newsday continues here on One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. Transportation officials are appealing to lawmakers to allocate funds for the continued implementation of the Libreng Sakay program. Marian Enriquez with the report.
Commuters in the metro may no longer avail of Libreng Sakay in 2023. The Transportation Department said the program was excluded in the proposed national budget for next year.
Ang ginagastos namin dito ngayon sa Libreng Sakay ay around 10 to 12 million pesos a day, no? And kung dadagdagan natin yung bus na kailangan natin ng mas malaking pondo, no? Unfortunately, hindi kasama yan sa budget natin for 2023.
We are appealing, of course, to our legislative branch of government kung maaari pong mapondohan pa rin po itong service contracting.
Some lawmakers have expressed support for the continuation of the program.
Baka matulungan natin, Mr. Chair, ang DOTR na makuha man lang itong budget na ito. Napakalaki ng tulong yung libreng sakay para sa ating mga mamamayan.
This is alarming and this is concerning because a lot of our public transportation sector, a lot of our commuters are also relying on the libreng sakay of the government.
The Budget Department clarified that the service contracting program is a one-time expenditure item, meaning it's not a regular program with annual funding. DBM Undersecretary Goddess Libiran further explained that it was only implemented at the height of the pandemic. She noted, though, that it will still depend on Congress whether or not budget will be allotted for the program. The DOTR's proposed budget for 2023 amounts to more than 166 billion pesos, a huge chunk of which will go to the rail transport program. Lawmakers in the lower chamber are expected to deliberate the agency's budget by third week of September. For News 5, Marian Enriquez, we are One News.
Some groups are asking the government to let the private sector handle the operation of the EDSA Busway. Gerard de la Peña with more details.
June takes the bus at the EDSA carousel every day from Caloocan to his work in Cubao. He says this is far better compared to when buses run at the so-called yellow lane before the pandemic hit, although there seems to be a hassle.
Mahaba ang lakarin. Hindi ka tulad ng araw na ako sa kababa. Pwede lang.
Myra also shares the same sentiments in getting on and off the stations. The Management Association of the Philippines, part of the group who proposed the creation of the EDSA Busway, says commuter experience has slightly improved, although there's still much more to work on.
At by now, dapat ang busway meron ng sariling footbridge, may sariling plataforma na hindi na kailangan dumaan pa sa MRT station. Kaya ang complaint ng mga mananakay ng bus, malayo masyadong nilalakad nila bago sila makaabot sa plataforma.
Aside from the difficulty of getting to the stations, the actual space for waiting is cramped, causing lines to reach the pedestrian overpass, especially during peak hours. With this, the MAP believes that the government should leave the operation of the busway to the private sector, especially now that they seem to focus more on the rail sector than road transport. Based on the 2023 National Budget Bill submitted recently to the Congress, the Transportation Department plans to spend 113.9 billion pesos for rail infrastructure, while 4.7 billion pesos was allotted for land transportation programs. The spending plan also involved 7.1 billion pesos in funds for MRT subsidy, while the funds allocated for improving the EDSA Busway was pegged at only 211 million pesos.
So sa ngayon, kulang ang CAPEX support ng gobyerno, kaya ang serbisyo ay kulang din.
For its part, the DOTR is now reviewing the MAP's proposal. The LTFRB is also planning to add 100 more buses to curb growing demand. But city bus operators said it should be sourced from them and not provincial operators. For News 5, Gerard de la Peña, we are One News.
The Tourism Congress of the Philippines says that the airline sector is recovering after more than 2 years of losses due to the pandemic. In an interview with Business World Live, TCP President Jose Clemente III said the aviation industry is bouncing back a little faster than expected. Tourism arrivals are also expected to peak on November to December.
Definitely starting November, December, the traditional winter months, the tourists, especially from the long-haul markets of Europe, North America, will be starting to arrive. And this is usually the peak season for that part of the world to come to the Philippines.
We're gonna pause for a quick break, but we will be back with more stories after that. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. The Justice Department maintains that the International Criminal Court has no jurisdiction over the Philippines. In an interview with The Big Story, Secretary of Justice Boying Remulla explained that the government cannot be compelled by the ICC to cooperate on an investigation into the country's war on drugs. He noted that the Philippines is no longer affiliated with the ICC after the Duterte administration decided to withdraw membership from the court in March of 2019. Remulla did say, though, that available data on the drug war investigations will be shared with the ICC, but only for committee or out of courtesy.
We may welcome them to a chat, or maybe we can talk to them, but for them to assert power over us is not negotiable.
And the World Health Organization has observed a decline in global cases of monkeypox. The number of monkeypox cases around the world declined by 21% last week, according to the World Health Organization. The group said cases of the disease is decreasing in the European region due to effective measures and vaccination. However, monkeypox cases continue to increase in the U.S. and Latin America, where there is intense transmission. Here in the Philippines, the Department of Health has clarified that there is still no local transmission of monkeypox. Despite this, the DOH assures the public that the country's preventive measures will act as if local transmission is already happening. Let's now take a quick look at today's other top stories. The Commission on Human Rights is sounding the alarm over recent reports of women and young girls being abducted and later turning up dead in the countryside. However, the PNP is insisting that there is no reason for the public to be alarmed over the spate of crimes, as peace and order in the country remains stable. U.S. Senator Marsha Blackburn is in Taiwan. This is the fourth visit by an American politician in 1 month, as tensions between Beijing and Washington escalate. And in the PBA, the San Miguel Beermen and TNT Tropangiga are set to break the deadlock in Game 3 of the PBA Philippine Cup Finals tonight. For more updates, visit News 5, The Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on Signal Play. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. Masks on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. I am Sean Yao. We are One News.